What's going on, after show audience? Complexity here with Ken and Zeph. We're checking out CoffeZilla's one of CoffeZilla's newest videos explaining that Logan Paul is trying to sue him. And as he tells us in the video, I've watched it. Obviously, I got to do my research. The boys haven't, so this is going to be a cold watch for them. But just like Logan Paul has done with anybody and everybody who is correct about him, he's trying to go after them and push his wallet around. So, all right, Zeph. So what happened is, if you all know, CoffeZilla went after Logan Paul in order to expose his CryptoZoo scam. 100% was a scam. Like, he can't even argue that it wasn't. So Logan decided, hey, you're asking too much of me to pay back the people I scammed, so I'm going to sue you. And that is what this video is all about right here. Coffee explaining that Logan Paul is suing him currently.
CryptoZoo, only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again. You see, only hours before this lawsuit was filed, I had reached out to Logan Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which has just been accused by the Canadian government of being a multi-layered fraud in Canada.
The hits just keep on coming, boys. The hits just keep on coming.
Bro. Jesus Christ. It's almost like if you scam once, you're willing to scam again.
It's almost like those dudes that like start up like the MLMs. Like the one dude, he had Vima. He started out in Arizona and it failed. So he just started up another like health one. And they just keep on doing different ones, trying to like scam people with different things, because when they pay their fines, it's so minimal compared to the profits that they make.
Right.
Like, they don't give a fuck. They just keep on going to the next one.
It's a Ponzi scheme. And it's the same thing. It's like you take one person's investment and you use it to pay off another person's investment or the returns on their investment. So now you need to get somebody else to invest at a higher percentage so that way you can pay off another person. It's just constantly stacking. And Logan can't keep on playing the I'm a victim card, because when it came to the freaking CryptoZoo, he tried blaming the devs. He tried blaming his management team, but it's like, you stamped your name to it, bro. It's on you.
It's just like whenever you sue somebody, like any kind of like employee, you sue the employee, the manager, their boss, the entire company. It goes up because the other person is responsible for their subordinates' actions.
Right.
And if there's no accountability of anything like that, then it's going to come out. But that's why they sue everybody.
Right, because you don't sue the cop, you sue the county. And that's a whole other issue, but let's keep going.
I obviously had questions, but before I was able to get answers, Logan's team of lawyers showed up to silence me. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to go through this lawsuit. I'm going to tell you how to support us if you want, because while I didn't think I'd need help, I was wrong. But before we get to my mistake, let's start with Logan's. This lawsuit is not about Logan Paul getting defamed. Instead, this is about him trying to dodge accountability, victims, and blame anyone but himself for his problems.
Go figure.
Especially me. This lawsuit says Logan Paul wants to hold me accountable for my actions. But what actions are those? Holding him accountable? It's ironic because his lawyers claim Logan has learned to believe in the importance of accountability. But accountability for who? Currently, Logan's fighting the victims of CryptoZoo in court, and now he's fighting the journalist who exposed him in the first place. Personally, I believe Logan has learned nothing from this except how to silence people with the law. But I won't be silenced because Logan's lawsuit makes no sense. We're going to go through it because from the beginning, there's problems. Logan's 5 lawyers tried to discredit me as a journalist. They paint me as someone who wanted money. They say I had a false and malicious narrative. But you know who doesn't believe that? You know who secretly praises me behind?
This is why you gotta love the fucking internet.
Scenes?
Oh, yeah.
This journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy named CoffeZilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy.
There is nothing you can ever do that will leave the internet, bro.
Hey, what did I say? The internet never forgets, bro.
Dude,
Internet never fucking forgets.
your words will be used against you in a court of law, man.
100%, bro.
Oh my gosh.
A deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
That's right. It's Logan Paul. He's the biggest enemy of Logan Paul's defamation case. Who knew? Because defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth. But he just admitted on camera that I am thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, if CoffeZilla's in there.
That face, bro.
Oh, bro.
That face, bro.
The realization of how
it, bro.
fucked he is. Oh my
Yup.
god.
Instant. Look at this. Look at the smile.
Remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is
The
Well,
bro has been looked more upset.
Oh my god.
well, here's the thing, bro. Like, with Logan Paul, after like the whole like the S word forest
Yeah.
BS he did, bro, I wrote that dude off. I'm like, fuck you, bro. Like, I don't give a damn what you do. And then he tried boxing out. He figured out he couldn't handle real fighting, and now he's in the WWE.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I wonder where WWE is going to be with all this. I mean, I'm sure they won't get involved with this $1 billion corporation. They ain't going to get involved in this, but
Oh no, but they
they'll
can
have-
cut ties.
they're going to have to put out a statement if this goes public, like public.
Mhm.
They're going to have to put out a statement about it. They're going to have to.
Probably, yeah. And you never know. He might lose sponsorships if he loses this, because then
Yep.
he'll just be looked at as like the one dude who sued the not Ace Attorney but Ackman. I forget what his name is, but he's just looking like a litigious asshole.
Yep.
or if CoffeZilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah. Remove that CryptoZoo stuff, that CoffeZilla stuff. Doesn't look good when you compliment the guy you're trying to sue. Maybe that's why Logan isn't even suing me for my original investigation at all, despite most of this lawsuit being a ridiculous fanfic about how I took Logan out of context, that Logan was a victim, that I withheld text messages. Logan isn't suing me for any of the original investigation, though, because he knows he can't. Instead, at the end of the lawsuit, we find what my defamation really is. I'm being sued for 2 videos and 1 tweet where I advocated for refunds. For the victims. Yes, you heard me right. Logan Paul sued me after I tried to get his fans, the CryptoZoo investors, a full refund. Remember, there are 2 parts to CryptoZoo, the NFTs and the Zoo tokens, and Logan chose only to refund the
Bro, that's how you stay a millionaire. You can't be giving your money away. You stole it fair and
Nope.
square.
100%, bro.
NFTs, which is a minority of the losses, and I had a major problem with that. I told Logan this. I've stated over and over my opinion that it is disappointing for someone as rich as Logan to not make things fully right and instead only pay back a small part of the losses while fighting the rest of the victims in court. And it's those videos and tweet where I ask for refunds, which I'm being sued for. The first video in question is about Logan Paul not paying out refunds for 6 months. The second video was about Logan's partial refund, having a clause to make sure you couldn't sue him for the rest of your refund. And the tweet, I simply said, Logan's the type of guy to thank you for exposing his scam and block you when you remind him to pay up. I mean, yeah, now he's the type of guy to then sue you. Now, I'm sure Logan doesn't like it when I say things like Logan's victims or Logan's scam, but I have a question. If they're not Logan's victims, whose victims are they? Even Logan admits
Boogies.
they are victims. He told me via text, just thought we had the same goal of helping victims instead of a divisive social media war. So he agrees people have been wronged by his game. You know, the thing that he said will earn you money.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
So how are these not Logan's victims? He, of course, would say it's
Listen, the only time that games make you money is if you are esports or you're a developer. Past that,
Yep.
you're talking like, I don't know, maybe pennies. Maybe you can review a game for money, but
No. The
It's-
thing is, though, bro, there's no game where you put in money to it to play it and then hope to make money unless it's the
gambling.
I was gonna say, yeah, the electronic games in the casinos.
Right.
That's the only way you do that shit. There's no app you can download. put in $20 and farm some fucking plants and we'll pay you $30. Like, no shot, bro.
There's no structure that supports that. There's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. You're shelling out at a loss.
Business partner's fault.
Or I was gonna say,
I do want to say real quick. Him wanting to sue Logan Paul wanting to sue CoffeeZilla like that is literally him saying, I have forgiven myself, but I don't want you to remind me of what I've done. That's literally what it is. Don't remind me that I've done it. I'm apologizing. That means we move forward and we never talk about this again. And then CoffeeZilla comes in.
My good stuff.
Exactly. I've apologized. I'm sorry. Moving on. No.
I was just gonna say, bro.
Fuck you, Logan. Come on, man.
I'm starting to get Boogie vibes when he said that the developers will make you whole, and then they just fucking abandon the project.
Yep.
Like, bro.
No, in this case, that would have been Boogie pulling a Logan. Logan said that shit years ago.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's get back to the video.
Jake and Eddie have been out of the picture for years, and yet CryptoZoo hasn't been released, despite Logan constantly promising it, and of course also threatening to sue me.
We're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court. By the time this comes out, it'll be done. The game's going to be made. You're going to have the opportunity to get your money back if you want, if you don't want to play the game. And I'm going to take care of the people who made me look like this was a scam perpetrated by me.
Right. Logan wants to sue me and release a finished CryptoZoo game, but he's only done one of those. Since Logan can't blame his partners, Jake and Eddie, for this because they've been out of the picture, do you think he'll take accountability for not launching CryptoZoo? No. This time, he blames the government. He says releasing CryptoZoo has too many regulatory hurdles. Maybe they should have thought of that before multi-millions of dollars of zoo tokens and eggs were sold. And now Logan would rather blame the government.
I looked this up, and this is straight from boardroom.tv. I looked at this, just Googled how it worked. CryptoZoo players can purchase an in-game NFT. That's your first fuck up. That comes in the form of an egg that hatches into an animal. Players can crossbreed their animals with other animals in the game to create rare breeds. Give me a fucking break, bro.
And if you've seen the pictures, it's just like really poorly done Photoshop with PNGs. Like, it's terrible.
What are people thinking to fuck? I fucking can't.
Well, they're the type of people who find Logan Paul entertaining. So, like, oh my God. It's kind of like what Boogie said. If you're stupid enough to buy into this, like, you kind of deserve it. There's a reason why people call the lottery the stupid tax.
Oh, yeah.
Then take accountability. Or if you let him keep talking, Logan might rant about internet reporters having too much responsibility.
These internet journalists, internet investigative reporters have way too much responsibility on their hands that is being mismanaged and wielded in a really inappropriate way.
It's honestly funny to watch this guy whine about his problems, which you can barely hear over what sounds like a private jet. Which brings me to another problem Logan has. Part of any defamation case is damages and proving someone has harmed your reputation. But isn't Logan richer than ever with Prime? And did he have a reputation to harm? His lawsuit shows comments calling Logan a scammer, possibly to suggest he's been hurt by my videos, but you have to have a reputation to lose one. And by the time of my reporting in question, Logan Paul was already accused of participating in multiple crypto pump and dump schemes. That article does not reference my work. So Logan had already had a reputation as a scammer before my investigation, at least if you believe their allegations. So this lawsuit from beginning to end is groundless, meritless, frivolous. And Logan
wasn't shitting on you just to shit on you. You were already shit, bro.
Well, yeah,
all CoffeeZilla said was, I'm going to do some research and I'm going to put this out as a responsible person. CoffeeZilla is very well respected on his work. No one's ever said he lied. No one's ever called him out. No one's ever done a defaming video of him a credible defaming video.
Right, like an expose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And no one's ever said he lied about anything or created anything to hurt people. He's legit from what people say. And the fact that, I feel like Logan Paul is reaching right now because, as you see on his channel, he has 3.71 million subscribers. So, he's reaching at this point because when CoffeeZilla says something, it goes out to people, and a lot of the higher creators and commentators respect him. And Logan Paul knows this.
The thing is that, like Coffee said, he's going to have to prove damages. You can't prove damages when you just sign like a multi-million-dollar contract. Like, what damage? You're going to have to show that you were at a loss. And so that means that Logan Paul is going to have to admit that CoffeeZilla is such a big name. He was able to actually make himself lose money.
I don't see Logan Paul's ego allowing him to do that.
I don't even see him having the fucking pay stubs to prove it.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, dude's fucking. He's been he probably took away his best quarter this last fourth quarter and this first quarter. Like, especially I don't like the guy. Yeah, I don't like the guy, but he signed with WWE and then freaking Amazon and shit. So I was like,
he's making plenty of money.
Well, nah, bro. When Wings promoted his drink on Prime, his stock went up so fucking fast. It was beautiful. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
I'm being funny.
It's just so. All it is literally it's the NDA, bro. That's all it is. It's just it's for show. It's for show. But here's the problem. Logan can't just say, "Oh, we're no longer suing you," because then Coffee could turn around and be like, "Okay, well, I'm bringing charges against you for like a wrongful lawsuit or for like I forget the word.
Defamation.
Well, not defamation, but like litigious abuse or something like there is laws or ways to sue somebody who tries to just use like litigation as a deterrent or something.
CoffeeZilla should put out a countersuit, bro. Not hilarious that would be.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If only he bought into freaking CryptoZoo, then he could.
Oh yeah.
That because behind the scenes in clips, he didn't want to get out. He's saying I'm thorough and good-hearted. But in public, he wants to sue me, silence me, and cost me money because that's the one department where we both know he's got me beat. We might have facts. We might even have evidence. But he's got all the money and the lawyers. And this is where I have to get to my one embarrassing mistake in all of this. See, my defense against rich people like Logan Paul is media insurance, for frivolous lawsuits. So when I was sued, I immediately called my insurance company to file a claim so I wouldn't have to pay for it. But they told me they're not going to pay. They're trying to get out of covering us using lawyers in fine print. It's a long story that I will be explaining on my second channel because insurance underwriting is very boring. But suffice to say, I got Dylan Danished. I may have even gotten scammed. I'm not quite sure. For now, the bottom line is we have to fight Logan with our personal funds, which means I need to ask for your support. If you want to help and are able to help, there are two ways to contribute to our fight against Logan Paul. One, you can join our Patreon, which supports the channel. Or you can buy exclusive merch at CoffeeZilla.store, where we just released the CoffeeZilla Defense Drop. That's right. Life hands you lawsuits. You get rejected by your insurance. Make merch. So here's the deal. These shirts will be available for pre-order for only the next 14 days. And 100% of profits we make from selling them will go to this lawsuit. If for some weird reason there's money left over, it will be dedicated to future legal costs for this channel. I just want to let you know they're available, and it's a cool way to support the lawsuit while also getting something in return. I didn't want to just set up a GoFundMe. So if you want to do that, just know pre-orders take a few weeks to get done because we make them after you order. And remember, you have 14 days, and you can get that at CoffeeZilla.store. I'll link that below.
Definitely. If anyone's watching, definitely go and help this dude out.
Yeah, right? It's worth it, bro, because fuck Logan Paul.
Yeah, fuck Logan Paul. He deserves it, man. We'll be linking the video, and which will have the store in there as well in the description. But like, this is so stupid. And I know he says it, but it's just like the H3H3 lawsuit. Like, the community comes together for bullshit like this. And I really, really hope that it does for Coffee.
100%, bro.
Coffee's
for real.
I was gonna say real quick, for what I've seen of CoffeeZilla, he ain't a bad dude. He really wants to help people. He wants to help people. Like, he tried to help Boogie of all fucking people.
Right.
And, like I said before, he I'm not gonna say he's a pillar of the community, but he's held in high regard by a lot of people. Like you can probably count on one hand out of everybody that's relevant on YouTube that would say he's a bad person.
Yeah,
and
even if
I really, that's what I'm saying. I really hope the community comes together to help him, bro. I really do.
Same.
.store. All right, now we're going to shift gears and talk about the final part of this lawsuit. Why did Logan Paul sue me now? It's been over a year since he apologized and thanked me.
Thank you, CoffeZilla. I am very grateful for your work and your investigation. And I mean that. Thank you, bro.
It might seem strange, but I've got some fun facts for you that may or may not be related.
You know what this just reminded me of? This just reminded me of MGK versus Eminem.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Compliment me on one line and disrespect me on the next. Like, bro. When your fans become your haters.
When I was just listening to music, driving around earlier, that song by Eminem came on where he said, if you mention my name, you get 10 million views. But if I mention you, I'm at a loss or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm. You mention me, millions of views. Me mention you, it's a lose-lose. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Fucking rip.
Bro, it's the truth. And Logan Paul is definitely MGK here. Like, he may have way more money, way more fame, way more anything, but he ain't, nah, bro.
6 days before the lawsuit, I had featured Logan Paul in a teaser for a video. Did you know 21 hours before the lawsuit, I had texted Logan for comment? Did you know I told him he had 24 hours to respond, and Logan sued me 3 hours before the deadline? Yep, that's right. Logan's lawyers then threatened me in that lawsuit email that if I report on this new story, Logan might hold me accountable. And Logan's definition of accountability seems to mean he'll sue me, which is why I believe this lawsuit was not designed to win, but to shut me up, to threaten me, using Logan's wealth and a federal court system without anti-slap to send a message. Do not tell that story. Of course, I don't believe that's the only reason I was sued. Clearly, Logan wanted to sue me for a while, but I believe this new investigation played a role in pulling the trigger. Maybe Logan's team will deny this. Maybe they'll say it's coincidence they sued 3 hours before a deadline. Maybe it's coincidence I announced a story about Logan 6 days before, and maybe it's coincidence that Logan's lawyers threatened me about this new story while suing me for the last story that I hadn't discussed in 6 months. But I don't think so. Either way, when someone threatens new reporting in a lawsuit about old reporting, the effect is the same. So, what was this new story? Well, it's partly about a Canadian law enforcement investigation, and it's partly about something I told Logan to help him. Yes, believe it or not, I tried to help Logan Paul. To explain, we need to go back to when CryptoZoo first got exposed.
And that just goes back to what we were saying. Dude is obviously a good person. Like, he's literally getting sued by him, and he's giving him the benefit of the doubt that he doesn't know that this might be going on with his other company that he's partnered with.
It's giving me Keemstar vibes with the NDA. That's what this is giving me the vibes of, bro.
Yeah.
Logan said he was going to sue me, but got backlash. So he called me to apologize. He said he was wrong and wanted to make things right. I made it clear refunds are the absolute right move going forward, and to my surprise, he agreed. 100%, man.
Ooh.
We're on the same page. But we weren't.
There it is.
Logan now doesn't use the word refund. He calls this a buyback. But at the time, I need you to understand, I thought Logan was going to announce a full refund. So I began trying to help him. And dare I say, I was even nice to the guy. You can see that I tried to offer people who might be able to trace blockchain damages to refund people. And in the same spirit, I made Logan aware of potential problems at a different company he co-owned, called Liquid Marketplace.
On a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace, it allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
This was a fractionalized collectible platform where Logan sold things like roughly half of a $5 million Pokemon card. The idea was you could buy tokens that represented partial ownership in rare collectibles. That video, by the way, got 8 million views, and a lot of people bought into this platform. The problem was, I had heard troubling stories about this company.
Listen, man,
bro,
let me hold a dollar. Let me hold a dollar. That's all it is, dude.
That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen.
It's like, listen, you're going to pay for a quarter of the tank. You're going to pay for a quarter of the tank. You're going to pay for the quarter of the tank. I'm going to drive. Like,
that's it.
That's all it is. Like,
this is I heard about his liquid marketplace shit, and I when I heard that, I was like, why would I want a fraction of something? I want the whole damn thing. I don't want to own a car and not. I don't want to own a. I don't want to own the lug nut of my car. I want the whole damn car.
Well, it's not even that, bro. Like, if you own part of something that someone else has, then, I mean, how do you even equate it to any real value? Because, like, let's just say if he went to sell the card, what's to say that he even has to give a percentage of the money out to it? Like, this, people are gullible as fuck.
Well, how do you, I would assume you would have to either A, be the majority holder of it to sell, or everybody would have to agree. And what happens if nobody agrees?
Yeah, like
it's just, I don't know, man. So stupid. I don't get how people are this dumb.
It doesn't even go into like a wallet very well. Like that doesn't go into like a crypto wallet very well. 1/34 of the super rare legendary card that like, it doesn't go into the wallet very well.
Dude, like I said, it's just let me hold the dollar.
It's kind of like it's like Tom even said about the shares. Like there is no shares, and the whole narrative was there. And Keem even said like there was really no shares. Like he said that it was like a narrative they got out and they just ran with it.
Yeah,
you know. And Wings and Boogie said no, we own 25% of it. You know, and it, you know what I mean. It's just it's stupid.
It is.
It's
it
so
is.
Stupid.
I was trying to verify if the claims were true. So I had gone to the CEO, Ryan Bahadori, to ask him questions, but he kept dodging meetings. And I don't mean he refused meeting with me. I mean, we would set up meetings and then he did not show up. So I was troubled. And I brought this up to Logan. I figured if he's going to make one company right, make them all right. Otherwise, it might come back to bite him. I mean, can you imagine the disaster if another one of Logan Paul's co-founded companies was discovered to have scammed his fans? Hypothetically, that would be a very bad look.
It might show a pattern.
While he refunds CryptoZoo, Logan can push the CEO to talk with me, and I can figure out the truth. Maybe Logan can fix it if there's something wrong. And you can see Logan responds to me. He says, gonna push Ryan to talk to you. Again, appreciate it, man. Now, I don't hear back from Ryan or Logan about this, so after a while, I follow up again. I say, let me know if Ryan plans on talking. A lot of nasty stories still out there about liquid marketplace, embezzlement, etc., and he's dodged meeting me already once. Now, obviously, the most shocking part of this is the word embezzlement. I need to make it clear. This is not an accusation. I am not accusing Logan Paul or liquid marketplace of wrongdoing. I brought it up in our texts because it is my job to investigate unverified claims. That's the whole point of me wanting to meet with the CEO, but I was stonewalled. Logan never replied, despite me reminding him again via email 5 months later that I wanted to talk to Ryan about, quote, embezzlement and, quote, potential fraud. Once again, not accusing anyone of wrongdoing, I'm simply doing my job at the time to chase down rumors and unverified claims. Without concrete proof, I would have never talked about any of this. But on June 19th, 2024, things changed because the Ontario Securities Commission revealed a liquid marketplace investigation where they accused Liquid Marketplace of being a multi-layered fraud, taking in $2.7 million from the sale of these fractionalized collectibles. The platform allegedly did not do exactly what it promised. Some of the blockchain tokens did not even mint. But even worse was the allegation that approximately $3 million was misappropriated from $10 million they raised of investor funds. This is a very similar claim to the one I had tried to verify. Ryan Bahadori, the guy I tried to speak to, was accused of, quote, making hidden payments to shell corporations without any legitimate business purpose.
It all comes out in the end. No matter how much no matter how much he tried to put it off, not respond, placate, and be like, yeah, I'll get him to reach out to you. Probably didn't even know that the Canadian government was already looking into him.
Well, here's the thing though, bro, and there's always going to be a money trail, and the money will always show you what the truth is. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but if you follow the money, just like they said in The Wire, if you follow the money, bro, it'll take you anywhere you need to go.
Yep. There's no hiding from receipts.
Nope.
Were two other of the founders. And Ryan was accused of, quote, using company credit cards to buy high-end fashion, expensive jewelry and watches, personal health, and luxury spa services. If only there was someone who could have investigated this sooner. Now, it is really important to say Logan Paul is not accused by the OSC. Only 3 of his co-founders and his company is. But given the history, I had questions. After all, Logan's promotional video about Liquid Marketplace is still up. And the reason many people cared about Liquid Marketplace at all was arguably Logan Paul. So here were my questions. And as I read this, it's important to correct. I say Liquid Marketplace got accused of embezzlement. Technically, the OSC alleged misappropriation of funds. Those are similar. They're not the same. So I wanted to correct that. But here's what I asked. Quote, did you take any action on hearing these allegations over a year ago? Did you get approached by the Ontario Securities Commission? And is it true that Liquid Marketplace lied about their claims of insurance, appraisals, and co-ownership as the Ontario Securities Commission alleges? You can see I gave him 24 hours to respond on June 26th at 2:03 p.m. And I was promptly sued June 27th at 11:28 a.m. with roughly 3 hours to spare. Now I want to be clear. I don't know the answers to the questions I sent. Maybe Logan secretly whistleblew to the OSC when I first went to him. I don't know.
Way too
That's
generous.
why you ask questions as a reporter.
Yeah.
But now the story is not about those questions. It's about why I was sued immediately after asking them and threatened if I reported about Liquid Marketplace in a way they didn't like. This is not how I wanted this story to come out because there's still so much we don't know and so much I can't say now for legal reasons. Maybe Logan's totally innocent. Maybe he surrounded himself with scumbags who defrauded his fans. Maybe he'll do a refund for this project. I don't know because
that's like, come on, man. We all know the answer to all of those. We all know the answer.
Here's the thing, though, bro. Like, let's going off the theory if Logan said something and didn't want his name out there to say something, the person who rats first gets the lightest sentence.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, if he did whistleblow and he didn't want to get out there, and then CoffeZilla did a story on him saying he defamed people when he really didn't, but he can't say what he did.
But here's the thing. Why wouldn't you want to tell him? Because being a whistleblower doesn't mean that you can't tell people that you that you are a whistleblower. You just can't simply speak about what you're going to testify for. And they can tell you, like, you write down your statement of fact and you go over, excuse me, you go over with the police over what your testimony is going to hold. He could literally have turned around and just simply said, yes. Because remember, he asked him, did you do anything about the accusations I brought to you over a year ago? All he would have to do is respond with yes. And that's it. Oh. And just say yes, or yes, and I can't talk about it, or yes, and legal counsel has advised me not to talk about it, but in the coming days, you will see what occurred. Or anything. He could just been like, wait for a news article, you know? It could have been anything, but Logan isn't going to do that because he's not the fucking whistleblower. He's not the one who did it.
No, not at all. But I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. You know what I mean? Like, who knows the conversation between Logan and his lawyers? Who knows what his lawyer said? Maybe the lawyer's like, Logan, you'll fucking shoot yourself in the foot because you're a fucking idiot. Don't say anything.
Right. Just walk away.
You know, just walk away, bro. And that'll be the end of it. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Like,
it's just too many coincidences of the same fucking
I really
shit.
hope this shit doesn't go through for Coffee because he doesn't deserve it at all.
Right.
He's doing the right thing, but Logan's straight bitch, bro.
Yeah, Logan's a piece of shit. There's absolutely no
him and his brother Jake non-fighting ass.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Dylan Dan has called him out for using steroids because he's got like scabs all on the side of his head now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jake seems like a steroid user.
He didn't have a lot of steroids. He didn't have a lot of brain cells to start out with, man. You know. All right, let's finish the last 3 minutes.
I never got the chance to find out. I tried to investigate, but I was stonewalled and sued when I asked questions. Make no mistake, though, this investigation is still ongoing, and you can reach me at the email below if you were affected. I will release my full investigation when it's appropriate because even if Logan doesn't want to answer questions, it doesn't mean I have to stop asking them. So in summary, Logan's lawsuit is not about my original reporting into CryptoZoo. Even if you take this lawsuit on its own without context, it's an argument over Logan not refunding victims in full. It's Logan insisting he's not to blame. it's all his business partner's fault. But I don't think that aligns with the publicly known facts. That's my opinion. For years, Logan has controlled CryptoZoo, and yet the game is still not out. Logan is now blaming the government for that instead of himself. And he also blames me for losing his good reputation, but you can't lose something you never had. Not to mention, Logan is arguably richer than ever, and he's on the record finding my reporting thorough and good-hearted. So this defamation lawsuit feels frivolous even on the surface. But if you dig deeper, there's an even more compelling story, which I personally believe, where the goal is to crush new investigations while taking revenge on old ones. In this version, Logan might not even care about winning. Legal battles are expensive, and in the world of money, he's got me beat. So he can try to silence me by weaponizing the law, he can sue me for doing my job, he can sue me for asking questions, and he can sue me for asking for refunds. But it's going to backfire, because I think it reveals Logan as a bully rather than someone who's truly sorry. Because Logan may be a master at convincing people he's changed, but I'm convinced it's the follow-through where things go wrong. You know, the actually changing part. There was a time where even I believed Logan was going to fully refund victims. That's why I was so nice to him and tried to help despite him threatening to sue me. But when it came time to pay up, Logan chose a minority refund and to fight the rest of the victims in court who wanted their money. And when I complained about that, Logan went from sorries and thank yous to lawyers and I'm suing you real quick. The irony is, it was that same initial belief in Logan's capacity to change that also made me bring up Liquid Marketplace to help stop potential problems. And yet here.
Well, so here's because that's pretty much the end of the video. Here's the thing. Logan is smart enough and has been doing YouTube long enough to know he just has to wait until the next story comes. And then people will just forget. And it sucks because it's absolutely true. Like this right here isn't even being covered by a lot of fucking commentary people right now. Because
it's really not.
And yeah, in comparison to like everything else that's going on, Nick Rekieta, freaking Ava Tyson, fucking even the Boogie thing, how fucking like the Destiny shit with Trump, like Trump itself, the Secret Service, like there's just and not in any way, shape, or form taking a shot at coffee, because this is absolutely important, but on the scale of clicks, on the scale of like a necessity, like on the scale of importance, it's just not up there right now. And I love Coffee. I love his work, love everything he does. But in comparison to like the almost assassination of Trump, I'm sorry, dude, it's not that like big. And not in any way, shape, or form am I saying it's small. Because like he said, Logan could literally just drain his bank account in constant legal BS. And he might never be able to come back to YouTube if that happens.
And it's sad because I think Logan Paul knows that. And Logan Paul is just doing whatever he can just to shut him up. Because if anybody Googles Logan Paul, this shit's going to come up. And that's not what he wants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just like with Tipster.
And here's the other thing, right? I mean, everybody who's watched his content currently already kind of knows that Logan Paul was gonna sue him. I mean, like, it was just kind of, it wasn't surprising to hear. So whenever I heard about it, I personally didn't really even think to click on it because I didn't realize what he was doing. So there's that idea that, like, it's right. Like, there's going to be something bigger that happens and this is going to be overlooked. And there's multiple reasons for that.
And he's just waiting for the next big, he doesn't even have to wait. I mean, shit, look at what happened with I'm Alex. I'm Alex to Dr. Disrespect to Boogie to President to Boogie to freaking Ava Tyson to whatever the hell else is next for 2024. But, you know, honestly, listen, guys, like I said, the video will be on the link below. Go give it a watch. Go give it a like. I know we only have barely have a little over 100, but still, like, if you do have anything to give, like, go help out, because Coffee is the man. Coffee is awesome. And giving it a watch and a like and a share and all that will get it to other creators. Like, I know Coffee has almost 4 million. There's not like a whole lot we can do to actually help. Yeah. But just getting that extra like, that one extra like and that one extra view, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, he deserves it, man.
Zeph, final thoughts?
He works hard. Yeah, I mean, I was going to echo what you guys said. He works hard. I've watched a lot of his content personally, and the amount of effort that he puts in and the amount of thoroughness that he puts in to his content, this kind of goes back to what we said earlier. Whenever Boogie was trying to say that he wasn't a man of his word or he was misrepresenting the truth, the entire time I never doubted CoffeeZilla for a second. That's why when it came to the financial aspects of it, I was like, Boogie, just take the L, man. He's a man of his word, so he deserves any and all help that can come from anybody, whether it be just an extra like, click, share, whatever it may be.
Right, Ken?
Logan Paul's a piece of shit, and this.
I think we all agree with that. Yeah.
Jake Paul's a piece of shit. Both the Paul brothers are pieces of shit, and this is just another example. I mean, you have a dude. We've said a million times, and even on this show, we have a dude who's not world renowned. Sorry, he's widely known in YouTube for what he does in his niche. Logan Paul even admitted himself that he does a very thorough job and he's good-hearted, because I have never seen one thing about CoffeeZilla being negative. I've never seen one person defame him in any kind of way. I've only seen examples of where CoffeeZilla truly had tried to help people. He's helped people to their guns, and he's, been a little, I guess, pushy on them, or that's the wrong word. He's been, he's just trying to get the truth out of them. Yeah, and he's not a person that's just going to back down.
Right, like the video, it's like the video that comes out that tries to go after him. It can't have a single question. You can't doubt anything about it, because the amount of people, the amount of names that support him and look at him as a trustworthy figure is just insurmountable. And if it ever does come out that he did something, it's just like what happened to Mama Max. He's over. It's done.
Yep. And I think CoffeeZilla's reputation and his work speaks for itself, to where he would never put it in jeopardy, especially over somebody named Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So my final thought basically is, people help him out. CoffeeZilla deserves it. He doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this defamation from Logan Paul. He doesn't.
And not only that, but he's also having to go into a lawsuit now against his own fucking insurance company. So he's fighting on two separate fronts. That's the worst part about it.
He's also the person that took down Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, maybe I wouldn't say take down, but he had a huge hand in getting the proper evidence for it.
Yep.
So his record speaks for itself.
Yep. All right, guys, that's going to be everything. Shout out a penny and fuck the Pauls. Later.